So at that point, that's when my cousin hit me like, it's good. I can meet you right now. Like, it's been like a couple hours. I think it's like 4 or 5 o'clock now. And I'm like, okay, it's good. So meet up with my cousin. My cousin gives me the room key. So I'm like, yeah, like, you know, I got my room key, and then it's 2 beds. So she can stay there too if she want to. So I told her like, yeah, like, let's bring our stuff up inside the room. Why we check the trunk and why none of our shit is in there? So now I instantly lose my shit because where the fuck is my shit? And I start going off on the friend because the friend said he was putting our stuff inside the trunk and her stuff inside the trunk as well. So I'm like, what the fuck? And he was just like, oh, I forgot to put the stuff in the trunk. But the way he said it was just like, so that's when I'm like, okay, call that dude so we can go get our stuff. Period. Call him. We need to get our shit. Like, I need to get my shit at this point. She's like, well, I don't see why we gotta leave anyway. Like, they're actually really cool and da-da-da-da. You could stay. I don't even, all that friend shit, I don't give a fuck. You could stay. But I need my shit and I'm going to this hotel. Period, point blank. I'm not about to do this. I'm not doing this with you. I'm not doing this with nobody. Period. Not to mention, I got my Montclair in there. I have my jewelry. Like, I had all my stuff in my bag. So that's what really had me, like, even more tripped out. So they're calling him. Well, she's calling him. He's not answering her call. He been not answering her call. So he called. He was just like, I forgot to put a little of my stuff in the trunk. So, dude, like, oh, she got to wait for that. What do you mean I have to wait to get my shit? What do you mean I have to wait to get my shit? So now I'm in the car going off. And he like, I hope that's not her talking like that in the background. Oh, baby, it's me talking like that in the background. Give me my stuff. I want my shit. So he's like, I don't know who you think you're talking to, but you won't get shit talking to me like that. So, y'all, I lost my shit. And I'm like, I'm going to this man's house. So I go to the dude's house. No one's there. The friends start trying to be on some, what are you about to do? All that. Then this whole time, my friend has not said nothing. Nothing. Not to her man, not to this dude. It's just me. So then that's when the friend like, oh, I'm about to have somebody come get me. So he not getting back to the car with us. So now I'm really like, I'm lost. I'm lost because the dude's not answering her call. My shit is in his house. Not to mention, my shit is in his house. And I can't get my shit. So the friend ended up leaving from us after that. He ended up getting a ride with someone. I don't know if he got an Uber. I don't know what the fuck the nigga did. But he did something and he left. And that was just me and her. So now I lit her ass up. I tore that bitch a new asshole. And I just told her, like, bitch, don't ever put me in no shit like this. Bitch, you will never get opportunity to put me in no shit like this. Like, this is not cool. This is not real bitch shit. Like, you could have kept it so real with me and just been like, I want to go fuck with this nigga that I just met in Tulum. And I want to kick it with him on some other ass shit besides in Tulum. And giving me the opportunity to say yes or no. Period, point blank. I just kept going back to that because it's like, now you're putting me in a fucked up ass position. So I called my cousin because I know my cousin is with that and he's not about to play. So I called my cousin like, it's this nigga that got my luggage and he's not trying to gain my luggage and I got hella shit in my luggage and I need my luggage. My cousin with that. My cousin like, what I need to do. So my friend like, no. She's screaming and shit on the phone, like just being hella extra. Like you would have thought somebody just got bow right in front of her, like, you know? So I'm like, hold on. And I'm looking at her and she like, please don't do this. Da, da, da. So I'm like, bro, what do you and this nigga got going on for you to be acting so dumb? Like you acting hella stupid. Like what's up with you? So then that's when she come out and tell me like, he's a pimp. Da, da, da. I'm like, is he your pimp? Like what the fuck you got me on? Like what's going on? Like, cause it seemed like the nigga, like he got some type of spell on your dumb ass or something. So she like, no, it's not that. It's just I really like him. And he said he's going to change his ways for me. And he gave her that pimp talk. He gave her the pimp talk for her to give in to whatever. So with me being the person that I am, I'm letting her know that man told you a bunch of lies. He sold you a bunch of dreams. None of that stuff he said to you was real. He says that to every bitch that he's dealing with. And that's why he got so many hoes. And now it makes sense with all the heels and all the shit I saw up in there. All that shit makes sense to me now. So she's like, no, he's not. He said he doesn't look at me that way and yada, yada, yada. And I'm just like, Girl, I don't give a fuck about none of that. I need my bag. I don't give a fuck what this nigga done told you. I don't give a fuck what dream that he sold you and you bought for 20 cents. I don't give a fuck. I just need my shit. So then it got to the point where I started saying, like, I'm about to bust his windows out. If I don't get my shit, I'm going to bust the windows. So then she called the friend. And the friend was like, the garage is locked. So if I bust the window, I'm not even going to be able to get my stuff because the garage is locked. And the where the door is locked from the inside. So I'm just like, hey, I guess I'll bust the window to see if that's true. So at that point, that's when I'm just like, I'm in Vegas. I really don't want to go to jail for nothing like that. But at the same time, I'm like, I can't go to jail for nothing like that because it's my stuff. I can't. So after she called dude go off on her on the phone when he finally answers the phone after she called. Probably, I think she called like 15 times, but he didn't answer. So he answered the phone and he's like, what the fuck you want, bitch? Da-da-da. But he just go off on her and he was just like, your friend ain't getting shit. Da-da-da. And that's what he said, like, I'm not getting my bags back or nothing. And he was just like, do what I gotta do. So, baby, you thought I wasn't? I got me a rock, bow, bust the window. Didn't give a fuck. Got my luggage out that fucking garage. The garage wasn't locked. I went and got my shit out of the garage. Period, point blank. So then after that, my friend's crying and stuff. And she's like, oh my God, you're so extra. Like, you just did so much. And da-da-da-da. Girl, shut the fuck up and drop me off. So now I got my shit. Her shit's still up in there because she said that she was staying and she was like she didn't want to deal with that, what I had going on. That's cool. I got my stuff. Drop me off at the hotel. Period. So when she dropped me off at the hotel, with me being the person that I am, still being caring, I'm like, you know, you're more than welcome to come here. I have a whole extra room here. Extra bed here. You're more than welcome to come here. You don't have to stay with him. And she was just like, no, I'm going to stay. But she's not even looking at me. She's driving her car and she's like, no, I'm going to stay where I said I was going to stay. Like that, like on some, I don't know what that was. I was just like, okay. So then at that point, I get to my hotel. I'm in the hotel, comfortable. I call her, check on her, and she's like, he won't talk to me because you bust the window. And I'm just like, girl, come to this room. And she like, no, I'm not coming there. I'm going to figure out where he's at. So, okay, that's on you. So I go by my night and I go do my own thing. So I end up linking with my other friends out there. First of all, I went to go to Javier's. Javier's is A1 good. I went to Javier's and I ate there. Then I ended up linking with my other friends in the Bay. I'm going to just say some fake names. My friend Sam, and Sam had another friend with her named Jade. These are fake names. I'm not going to say anyone's name. And mind you, these are my friends. Like, I've been knowing them. So I hit them up like, hey, what y'all about to do tonight? They said they about to go to Dre's. I'm like, okay, it's good. I'm like, I probably can come too, just depending on how I'm feeling, because I just went through hella shit this morning. So they like, oh no, we're going to come meet you. Where you at? I'm like, I'm at Javier's, but don't come here yet because right now I'm on my me time. Like, I just went through so much shit. I don't want to be around nobody for real. Like, I really want to just have some time to myself and regroup back with myself right now because I didn't have to bust a nigga window to get my luggage, all type of shit. So they still meet me anyway. So when they come to Javier's, mind you, I'm drinking, I'm eating my food. I didn't really eat my food, actually. I think I only had one bite of my food, but they're waiting for me at the bar. But Javier's is so packed in Vegas. If y'all been, you know. So I'm like, don't come here. I'll just meet y'all at the bar because I'm not trying to stop what I got going on to go over there. Like, I'll meet y'all when I'm done. So Sam is hella blowing my phone up, texting me like, when are you going to be done? Da-da-da. But mind you, I already told her from the jump, you don't have to meet me right now. Like, I'll meet you later. And she still was on that, no, I want to go to Dre's right now. And she was saying she got family members at Dre's that got sections and all the shit. So I'm just like, okay, but I'm not ready to go. I still got to go home and change. Go to my room and change and all type of shit. So I'm not even ready to go. Sam was so adamant about getting to Dre's. So then I'm just like, you know what? I ended my meal, ended my self-care time, my me time to go tend to Sam and Jade. I don't even know Jade. That's Sam's friend. So just FYI. So then I ended up paying for us to get a lift to go to my hotel, for all three of us to go to my hotel so I could change my clothes real quick. And I also let them know, like, this everything I just been through. And they're like, damn, bitch, like, you just went through hella shit. And I'm like, girl, that's what I'm saying. That's why I needed that time to myself. Part 5 coming. I get to my hotel. I'm changing my clothes. And Sam is so adamant about going to Drake because I guess her family has a section there or whatever. So I'm like, okay, but I'm really kind of like hesitant about going out. And that's what I was also telling her. Like, I really don't know if I want to go out because everything I just been through today. Like, I literally just broke into a nigga house today. Like, but they're like, girl, you in Vegas. Like, turn up. So I'm like, you right. So what happened after that? I think it's happened a year ago, y'all. Bear with me. So, oh, so no. So Dre's was like about a 15-minute walk from my hotel to there. So then that's when Sam was like, I'm just buy us an Uber to go to Dre's, whatever. And I'm like, okay, should I just buck last Uber? So okay. So we get to Dre's. The line was crazy, like crazy. Cause I think the baddies was there, David Haney was there, it was cracking. And then after that, it was just cracking there. Like the line was crazy. Like they wasn't letting nobody else in. That's what they were saying, like they're over capacity. So Sam is like basically blaming me because I had to go back to the room and change my clothes and stuff. But mind you, I had already told Sam from the beginning, like you don't even have to come meet me for real. Like I can meet you when I'm ready. So that was kind of irritating, but I was just like, whatever. In the midst of that, yeah, that's when I call old girl who I came out there with because we're supposed to be leaving the next day. So I call her and I'm like, what time we leaving tomorrow so I could be ready, whatever. And she's like, honestly, I just think that you did too much and I don't really want to be around you. And I'm like, what? So I'm thrown off. So then she's like, yeah, I just feel like you made this whole trip about yourself and you just talked about how you feel and your uncomfortability and so on and so forth. And I just think that you made everything about yourself. So I'm like, baby, you whole played me to come out here on this trip with you to go see a man that's not even your man. Then you lied and said that he had an Airbnb. Then you lied, like you, everything was a lie. Like you told me a fucking lie. So, what? In this whole time I've been out here, I have not kicked it with you not one time. I called her and asked her to come out. She said, "Oh, I'm about to be with my man." So it's good. Like, like you was on some weirdo shit. So then she was just like, and I'm not leaving tomorrow because I want to spend more time with my man. So at that point, that's when I said, oh, he must be about to pimp your ass out. That's what he's about to do. So at that point, that's when she was like, oh, you can figure out how you're going to get back home. So I'm like, no, we came here together and we're leaving together. Period, point blank. So, bitch, you need to come get me in the morning and we're going to be on our way. She was like, no, I'm not going to do that. So I'm like, so you want me to buy a flight to go back home? Because if I gotta buy a flight to go back home, I'm beating your ass. And then she was like, you won't even see me. Let's be real. Mind you, I would see her. I know where she working on. I will. But I got too much shit to lose to be doing that type of shit. So at that point, mind you, I'm still in Dre's. Sam is still complaining about not getting in Dre's, and I'm having to deal with the friend that I came out here with on some bullshit. So I'm looking at the flights. The flights were like $1,200, and that was a one way from Vegas to the Bay, Oakland, Sacramento, San Francisco, 1,200 minimum. In the midst of that, my cousin calls me, and he calls me. He's like, "I just got shot. I just got shot." So I guess he got into a shootout on the strip. So I'm like, bro, if it ain't one thing, it's another. And then he's like, you gotta hurry up and get out that hotel. Make sure you don't got nothing inside the hotel because my thing got caught. They got my thing and my ID and everything. So and I'm basically on the run. So I'm like, and he's like, and the hotel was in my name. So now I'm telling Sam like, oh, I gotta go back to that room and get all my stuff out of there. And Sam's like, now everything's about you. We can't go to Dre's. We can't even go to Inferno. And da, 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 da. And I'm just like, oh my God. She's so pressed about trying to go out. So at that point, that's when I'm like, girl, bye. I can't. I got too much going on. Then I'm having to deal with the central hoe bitch now, not trying to go back home and not have to get my flight. Like, too much going on. Then my cousin just got shot. And I'm trying to see if he's okay to make sure he's okay. Like, and then he just got out of prison. So I end up going back to the room. When I go back to the room, I take everything. I take all my stuff out of there. And I'm just like, oh my God, I don't never want to come to Vegas again, ever. So then I end up having to buy me a flight, $1,200 exactly. Got my flight, and then I went to the airport to see if I could check in. They said I couldn't check in because it was too early. So now I'm like, oh my God, not to mention I had to buy me an Uber from my hotel to take me to the airport, and they said it was too early for me to check in. So I'm like, oh my God. So my flight was like, I think it was like a 24-hour thing. So I really had to like be in my it was like a 12-hour, it was something crazy. So I was like, you know what? Let me just wait in this hotel. I mean, not hotel, let me wait in the airport. So I'm waiting in the airport. Mind you, I got on my heels and all my go out clothes with my luggage looking crazy. And I waited in the airport until it was time for me to check in. And that's when I went back home. And yeah, spent $1,200 on a flight, one-way flight from Vegas to San Francisco. Then I have to spend 170, I think it was like 170 or $180 for an Uber to get me home. So, more of the story is get more information from your friends when you're going on a girls trip with them. Um, like you need 100% detail on what you're doing. And oh, let me go back. Me and Sam, we no longer talk anymore because Sam feels like I left her in Vegas. Um, Mind you, I didn't even come out there to Vegas with her, but she feels like I left her in Vegas and that she couldn't enjoy her night because I made the night about me. So we're no longer friends no more. I'm also no longer friends with the girl that brought me out to Vegas. Actually, when I see her, I really want to just slap the shit out of her, but so much to lose. I got too much to lose to be doing all that. And then thank God I had the money to get me out of that situation that I was in, and my cousin is okay. Um, he's okay. He's back in prison, but he's okay. But as for that, moral of the story is with girls trips, do your homework before you go out of town with these bitches. And I think that's it.